All right, so this lesson is systems of equations. For the ACT and the SAT, these types of questions pop up often. Now this example is one of the easier examples, so I want you to follow along and then I'll show you how to do one that requires an additional step. The first thing is, when you see these two equations, you want to look out for which variable you can get rid of first. When I say get rid of, you want to ask yourself, if I added these two equations, can my x terms become 0 or can my y terms become 0? If you take a good enough look, you'll realize that if you decided to add, you're not going to get 0 with either of these. You'll wind up with 3x here and 4y here. So addition is not what we want to do. Subtraction is better, because if we use subtraction, we can definitely get rid of our y terms. So let's start to do some math. We have x minus 2x. We all know that x has a coefficient of 1. It's just invisible, right? So 1x minus 2x is going to give you a negative 1x. I don't have to put the negative 1 there. I could say negative x, but that's just to help people realize what is the coefficient. 2y minus 2y is 0, of course. Anything minus itself is itself, or sorry, is 0. 20 minus 10 is 10, of course. Now, the whole goal is to figure out what's the value of x and what's the value of y. This is not good enough because this is a negative 1x. So what do we have to do to get rid of it? Of that negative? We have to divide both sides by negative 1. That is going to allow us to finally have a positive x. And that positive x equals 10 divided by negative 1, which is negative 10. Okay? If you were taking a test, you would know which one is your answer just based off of what you did here. If you only have one answer choice that says x is negative 10, save yourself some time. Choose the one that has negative 10 as an answer for x and keep going. You can put a star next to it to show that you need to probably go through it a bit more, but that's a time saver. So now, since we know that x is negative 10, what I'm going to do is write that up here, and I'm going to erase a lot of my work down here so that I have more room. Reason why is because we now are going to see what our y value is. So for me, let me look at it. It looks like this first one is the easier one to approach, because it's saying that x is negative 10. So if x is negative 10, then this whole first part is negative 10 plus 2y equals 20. Our goal is to get y by itself. So the way I look at it is, you want to get rid of the associates first, right? The people that are kind of close but not too close, that's the 10. So you get rid of numbers by doing the opposite. If this is negative 10, well, add 10, right? And you do it on both sides to balance out the equation, right? You have 2y equals 30 now, okay? Now you want to get rid of the one that's super close because you're trying to be at peace with yourself. You want to be by yourself. So if this says multiply, you divide. You do the opposite, right? It's kind of hard to see. But at this point, you have y equals 30 divided by 2. 30 divided by 2, as you all may know, is 15. Y equals 15, x equals negative 10. What's great about this is that knowing what both values are, you can plug them both back into your equations. And if they're correct, which they should be, you're going to get right back at the number 20, right back at the number 10. That's how you check your work.